If you have seen headlines warning that your passport could suddenly be taken away, if you have read terrifying posts on social media claiming that passports are being revoked without warning, or if someone sent you a message that left you panicked and confused about your documents, I want you to pause and breathe. I understand the fear you are feeling right now. Your passport represents your identity, your freedom to travel, and your connection to your life here in America. I am here to give you the facts, the truth, and the clarity you need to understand this topic completely. Please subscribe to Immigration Path USA for the latest updates about immigration news and changes, so you can stay informed with accurate and reliable information. Today, we are going to discuss a topic that causes significant anxiety for many people, especially naturalized citizens and those who have worked hard to become United States citizens. We are going to talk about the real, legitimate reasons why a United States passport can be revoked or denied, and I am going to help you understand exactly what these reasons are, how the process actually works, and what you can do to protect yourself. Before we dive into the specific reasons, I want to make something absolutely clear. Passport revocation in the United States is not arbitrary. It does not happen randomly. It does not happen because someone decided they do not like you. There is a formal legal process, and there are specific grounds established by law that must be met before any action can be taken against your passport. Understanding these grounds will help you separate legitimate concerns from baseless fear. Let me also clarify something important about terminology. There is a difference between passport denial and passport revocation. Passport denial means the government refuses to issue you a new passport or refuses to renew your existing passport. Passport revocation means the government cancels a passport that was already issued to you. Both situations have specific legal grounds, and both require the government to follow established procedures. Now, let me walk you through the 5 main reasons why a United States passport can be revoked or denied. I am going to explain each one carefully so you understand exactly what it means and whether it could possibly apply to your situation. The first reason is fraud or misrepresentation in obtaining the passport. This is perhaps the most serious ground for passport revocation. If someone obtains a passport by providing false information, using fraudulent documents, or misrepresenting material facts in their application, the government has the authority to revoke that passport. This applies to situations where someone lied about their identity, used fake birth certificates or citizenship documents, or concealed information that would have resulted in denial of the passport. I want to be very clear about what this means for honest people who made innocent mistakes. There is a significant difference between intentional fraud and an honest error. If you accidentally wrote the wrong date on a form, or if there was a minor spelling variation in your name across different documents, this is not fraud. Fraud requires intentional deception about material facts. If you applied for your passport honestly, provided truthful information, and used legitimate documents, you have nothing to worry about regarding this ground for revocation. However, if you know that your citizenship or passport was obtained through false means, this is a serious matter that requires immediate consultation with an immigration attorney. I strongly encourage anyone in this situation to seek qualified legal counsel right away. The second reason a passport can be revoked or denied is owing seriously delinquent tax debt to the federal government. Under current law, if you owe more than a certain threshold amount in federal taxes, and your debt is certified as seriously delinquent by the Internal Revenue Service, the State Department can deny your passport application or revoke your existing passport. As of recent guidelines, this threshold is approximately $59,000, though this amount is adjusted periodically for inflation. Now, let me provide important context about this provision. Seriously delinquent tax debt has a specific legal definition. It does not simply mean you owe taxes. It means you have a legally enforceable federal tax debt that exceeds the threshold amount and has been assessed. The administrative remedies have been exhausted or lapsed, and either a notice of federal tax lien has been filed or a levy has been issued. Additionally, there are exceptions to this rule. Your debt is not considered seriously delinquent if you are paying your taxes under an approved installment agreement, if you have requested a collection due process hearing, if collection has been suspended because you requested innocent spouse relief, or if you are in certain other protected categories. If you are concerned about this issue, the most important thing you can do is address your tax situation proactively. Work with the IRS to set up a payment plan if you owe taxes. Keep documentation of any agreements you have made. Do not ignore tax notices. Being proactive about resolving tax issues protects both your passport and your overall financial well-being. The third reason for passport revocation involves outstanding federal arrest warrants or court orders. If there is a federal warrant for your arrest, or if a court has issued an order prohibiting you from leaving the United States, your passport can be denied or revoked. This makes sense when you think about it. The passport is a travel document, and if there is a legal reason why you should not be permitted to leave the country, the government has grounds to restrict your travel document. This applies to situations such as criminal cases where the defendant has been ordered not to leave the jurisdiction, family law cases where a parent has been prohibited from taking children out of the country, and other situations where a court has specifically restricted someone's ability to travel internationally. If you have any pending legal matters, whether criminal or civil, it is important to understand what restrictions may apply to you. If you are unsure whether any court orders affect your ability to travel, consult with an attorney who can help you understand your situation. The fourth reason involves certain serious criminal convictions, particularly those related to international drug trafficking. Federal law provides that individuals convicted of certain federal or state drug trafficking offenses, particularly those involving international movement of controlled substances, can be denied a passport. This provision is specifically aimed at drug kingpins and major traffickers, not at individuals with minor drug offenses. I want to address a common fear that circulates on social media. Some people worry that any criminal conviction will result in passport revocation. This is not accurate. Having a criminal record does not automatically disqualify you from holding a passport. The restrictions are narrowly targeted at specific serious offenses. If you have concerns about how a past conviction might affect your passport, speak with an attorney who can review your specific circumstances. The fifth and final reason we will discuss today relates to loss of citizenship. This is perhaps the most anxiety-inducing topic for naturalized citizens, so I want to address it carefully and thoroughly. A United States passport is a document that proves your citizenship. If you lose your citizenship, you lose your right to hold a United States passport. There are only specific ways that citizenship can be lost. For naturalized citizens, citizenship can be revoked through a legal process called denaturalization, but this requires a federal court proceeding and must be based on specific grounds established by law. The grounds for denaturalization include obtaining citizenship through fraud or willful misrepresentation of material facts, having been a member of certain prohibited organizations within 5 years after naturalization, and certain other specific circumstances. Denaturalization is not common, and it requires the government to prove its case in federal court. You have the right to defend yourself, the right to an attorney, and the right to appeal. I want to directly address some of the fear and misinformation that has been circulating about this topic. Social media posts and alarming headlines sometimes suggest that passports are being revoked en masse, that naturalized citizens are losing their status randomly, or that the government is targeting people arbitrarily. These claims are largely exaggerated or completely false. The reality is that passport revocation and denaturalization are serious legal actions that require formal proceedings. The government cannot simply decide to take away your passport without cause. There must be legal grounds and there must be a process. If you obtained your citizenship honestly, if you did not commit fraud in your applications, and if you have not committed any of the specific acts that can lead to passport restrictions, you are protected by the law. That said, I understand why people are worried. The current environment can feel unpredictable. Policies seem to shift, headlines are scary, and when your entire life, your family, your home, and your identity are tied to your immigration status and citizenship, any threat to that feels existential. Here is my practical guidance for protecting yourself and maintaining peace of mind. First, keep excellent records of all your immigration and citizenship documents. This includes your naturalization certificate, your passport, any forms you filed with USCIS, and supporting documents you submitted with your applications. If you ever need to prove how you obtained your status, having complete records is invaluable. Second, Be completely honest in all interactions with the government. If you are applying for a passport renewal, a visa, or any other immigration benefit, answer all questions truthfully. If you made a mistake on a previous application, consult with an attorney about how to address it properly rather than trying to cover it up. Third, stay current on your tax obligations. As we discussed, seriously delinquent tax debt can affect your passport. Even if you cannot pay your full tax bill immediately, work with the IRS to establish a payment plan. Having an agreement in place protects you. Fourth, resolve any outstanding legal matters. If you have pending criminal cases, civil court orders, or other legal issues, address them properly with the help of an attorney. Do not ignore court dates or legal notices. Fifth, if you are eligible for naturalization but have not yet applied, consider doing so. United States citizenship provides the strongest protection available under immigration law. While citizenship can theoretically be revoked in extreme circumstances, it provides far more security than any other immigration status. Citizens cannot be deported for immigration violations. Citizens have full constitutional protections. If you qualify for naturalization, pursuing citizenship is one of the best things you can do for your long-term security. Sixth, if you have specific concerns about your passport or citizenship, consult with a licensed immigration attorney. Do not rely solely on information from social media, friends, or family members who may not understand the legal complexities involved. An attorney can review your individual circumstances and provide personalized advice. I also want to remind you to be careful about where you get your information. Official sources like the State Department website and USCIS website provide accurate information about passport requirements and citizenship matters. When you see alarming claims online, verify them against official sources before you panic. Let me also address a question that many people have. What should you do if you receive notice that your passport is being revoked or denied? First, do not panic. Read the notice carefully to understand exactly what reason is being given. The notice should explain the legal basis for the action and what options you have to respond. In many cases, you have the right to request a hearing or appeal the decision. Contact an attorney immediately to help you understand your options and respond appropriately within any deadlines. I want to close by speaking directly to those of you who feel overwhelmed by all of this. I know that navigating the American immigration and citizenship system can feel exhausting and frightening. I know that every headline makes you question whether your status is secure. I know that you have worked incredibly hard to build your life here, and the thought of losing what you have built is terrifying. But I want you to remember that the law provides protections. Due process exists. Courts review government actions. The vast majority of naturalized citizens continue to live their lives peacefully, travel freely, and enjoy all the rights and privileges of citizenship. The dramatic stories you see online represent exceptional cases, not the norm. Stay informed, but do not let fear consume you. Take practical steps to protect yourself, but do not assume the worst. Trust in the process while remaining vigilant about your rights. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe to Immigration Path USA and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped reduce your anxiety or answered questions you had. Share it with family members and friends who might be worried about these issues. Your simple act of sharing could bring peace of mind to someone who really needs it. Leave a comment below telling me what topics you want me to cover in future videos. I read every comment, and your questions help me create content that truly serves the community. Remember, this video provides general information for educational purposes. It is not legal advice for your specific situation. If you have concerns about your passport or citizenship, please consult with a qualified immigration attorney who can give you personalized guidance. Thank you for being part of the Immigration Path USA community. Stay informed, stay calm, stay hopeful, and I will see you in the next video.